fish on. Oh gosh! Do you like swim baits? That's how a dog would. Actually, let's do this with Bog. Sit down, Bog. You want to do a video intro? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. You need to. Okay, this is Bog talking. Do you like swim baits? I like swim baits very much. I like to throw swim baits for bass. Right, Bog? Yes. Swim baits catch many fish. Time to go. We're leaving. It's all over. We gotta go, boys. We are leaving Florida. To all my Florida peeps, guys, I met a bunch of you, a bunch of new people I've actually never met because I've been traveling so much around Florida and like going fishing, trying to shoot videos, trying to create content, trying to learn myself and teach you guys some stuff as I learn from you guys. I've gone out with some people. It's been an epic freaking trip, but I gotta go home. So I just got a text from my boy up in Alabama, and he's like, bro, where you at? I'm like, I'm in Florida. He's like, dude, it's shelling off. Time to go home. Why did you go home for, Bob? Welcome to mikeybalzz Fishing, guys. How are you doing? I hope you guys enjoyed the Florida stint. We are wrapping this thing up. We are headed back to Alabama. I think I got one more Florida trip in me. I'm not exactly sure how the videos are gonna come out, but it'll be epic. I mean, isn't it always? We're wrapping up our Florida trip though, and today is like a great example of how cool Florida and like every place is during like the winter and spring times of year. So right now, there are 4,000 things happening, and I'm not freaking lying. What do I mean by that? We are in the pre-spawn, we are in the post-spawn, and we are in the spawn. And then there's a little micro stage in there called staging, which means they're kind of like moving up to spawn. But all of those things are happening right now. That is one of the coolest things that happens in spring, kind of winter. You can get fish in almost any place. It happens, I think, pretty normally in Florida, but in other places it's a little less consistent. But you get fish in every mode possible. So you can literally pick how you want to catch them, or catch them in different ways and kind of like piece it together like a collage or a patchwork quilt. Today we're quilting on mikeybalzz Fishing. I'm going to be making a nice kind of collage of patches with how to knit. Okay, keyword. So we're quilting, bass quilting. Do you guys want to see my bass quilt? I should make one. That would actually be a great YouTube video. Quilting with Mike. E-balls. Quilting. I think I'd rather have it crocheting with mikeybalzz. Enough of that shenanigans. You guys don't want to hear about that stuff. So we are going to catch fish in multiple different modes. We are going to catch them pre-spawn. That means out deep. We're going to catch them post-spawn, which is out deep, but less deep usually. And hopefully we are going to catch them spawning, because that's what the gigantors are. There's some big fish kind of doing every which thing, but I think today, based upon the weather, based upon the sunlight, the warming trend that we're kind of feeling, the biggest fish are going to be moving into spawn. But you never know with fishing, right? Downward dog. My dog does yoga. Look at that. That's a yoga dog. I did not teach him that. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. You guys have supported the channel and helped it to grow. Dude, we're like beyond 35,000 now. It's freaking crazy. I never thought it would be here, and it's thanks to you guys. So make sure you hit that like button. Tell a friend about mikeybalzz Fishing. If there's anything, like one little tip, technique that you've learned from these videos, help me out. Throw me a bone, dude. Tell a buddy to go subscribe to the channel. With that said, we're gonna catch fish in multiple modes of the spring and winter season. Pre-spawn, spawn, staging. Let's get to it, bro. Bend a rod, bro. So do you think YouTube would go for me giving my dog away in a giveaway? I bet you I'd have like animal activists and stuff like going crazy. It'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna give away my dog to one lucky random winner. I should do that. Fishing, we gotta go fishing. Oh dear, guys, we got one. Oh, that feels like a big one. Oh my God, dude, that's a freaking good one. That's like a 5-6 pounder. Oh my God. Come here. Dad's sticking the bait. Come here. She's right under the boat. It's actually, she's like 4.5, but we will take it. And dude, this is the trick. So you got funny things going on right now. You know, it's pre-spawn, it's spawn, there's a lot of things happening. So fishing out in 15, 25 feet of water, there's fish out there. And I think this afternoon, we're gonna go into like 1.5 feet, 2 foot of water. There's gonna be fish out there, or in there. Jesus, I can't even talk. Now I'm getting all fired up, and there might be some giants. Let's let her go. Oh, she's done. All right, guys, so we caught some fish offshore, and I think they were in like pre-spawn as well as post-spawn kind of situations. They were set up that way at least, which indicates to me there's still some out there, but we didn't see a lot. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna kind of like show off how many things can happen at once and how diversified as an angler. I mean, you guys know about this, you guys fish, but you need to be open-minded and diversified when you're fishing in spring, because things change like that, dude. Whether it's the day getting a little bit longer, whether it's the water warming up because it's been sunny. It's about noon or so, kind of midday right now. I wanted to wait to do this until a little bit later. Why? Because I figured the temperatures would rise, but I didn't want to do it too late in case you see like a bed fish and you want to sit and like sight fish them for like 2 hours. But what we're going to do is we're going to target, you have kind of like isolated, I already see a bed over there. That's crazy. Isolated grass patches. You got some lily pad stems. You got fairly clear water. Arrowheads. Oh, dude. So arrowheads are a thing in Florida. They literally look like Indian arrowheads. I probably can't say the word Indian anymore. Once again, cultural appropriation, whatever. Arrowheads. So it indicates that there's hard bottom. It's a type of vegetation. Look it up on Google. Oftentimes bass will spawn at the base of those. They can be some of the most killer shallow water fishing. But we're gonna target some of this stuff. I'm gonna tie up a frog, and I'm gonna tie up an EZ swimmer, a Gambler EZ swimmer, and I'm gonna use that to kind of buzz through here. Big keys with this stuff though. I'm going to run my trolley on very low. I'm going to creep. I'm going to fish slow. I'm going to keep my eyes open because I want to see one, and I don't want to spook up a bunch of fish because I think this stretch is going to be pretty good, and I don't want to screw it up if I'm going to go back and make another second pass. Fish on. All right. Nice. Guys, this is a prime example. I kind of stopped the bait for a second, and then she'll come up and eat it. You're just buzzing this easy. It's a nice little 2-pounder, but you just buzz it, and I'm into these pads, and oftentimes these bass will spawn at the base of these pads. So you're gonna catch cruising males, kind of like that one, and then if you're lucky, you can catch some females. God, we're catching a lot, but man, oh man, are they small. So I mentioned I'm rigging this weightless, so all I'm doing is taking, I love those Owner wide gap plus hooks. This is a 5/0. I just got a Palomar knot, and I'm simply doing this, and I'm pushing the hook through and then skin hooking it, and it's just a weightless presentation. Knock my damn shoes off. Fish on. Fish on. Ate it right when I stopped it. Nice. That's a little better one. I love it. I love it. She came out and freaking chunked it. Just that easy. I'm using it to find kind of where they're located. Hopefully we can get some big ones. So guys, we are in some pretty skinny water. A couple baits that I like to use to look for beds in super skinny water. One I got right here, and it's kind of like a popping walking style frog. I think it's a spro frog, but you can use a popping frog. There's one, I forget what it's called. Here, let me show it to you real quick. It's this guy right here. It's by Jackal. This is a popping style frog. I really like this one as well. But this one kind of like walks in place. So I'm gonna tie him on with a little Palomar knot. And I also cut these little skirts down a little bit because oftentimes when you have spawning fish and you're catching them on top, they will short strike the bait. The other thing that I love to cover water with is an EZ swimmer. This is Copperfield. You can see we have kind of like greenish water or fairly clear water. This is an absolutely killer color anywhere in Florida, dude. I don't care what lake you're on, you can catch fish on this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this weightless, and I'm just going to buzz it over the top of places that I think there's beds. Here's a little trick. This water's pretty clear. I fish this thing pretty fast, and then I'll stop it. I'm gonna show you how to do that real quick. But usually they'll kind of explode on it, but you do miss a lot of fish, but at least you kind of know where they're located and you can throw back to them. Fish on. Oh gosh! She's still on there. Get out of there. Oh my God, she came like 3 feet out of the water. Thought she was a little bigger than that, actually. That's all right, we're gonna get back in there. There might be a bed over there. Another male. Well, my friends, that is a wrap on today. Sadly, we didn't catch the big fish that we were looking for, but dude, it was a lot of fun. And it was a great example of how these transition periods, you know, when you're in that kind of like spring, winter, spring transition, there's a lot of things going on with these fish. You know, we've talked about being efficient with fishing. Another thing is taking advantage of a moment. When you have a situation like this, it can be kind of tough because it spreads the fish out. You have fish in a pre-spawn mode. You have fish in a spawning mode. You have fish that are still offshore. You have post-spawn fish. It's kind of weird, and there isn't like stacks of fish all the time. Sometimes you'll find a pod and that, sometimes you'll find a section of bedders. Awesome. But when they're spread out, it is a little bit harder to find them, but you have options. How do you like to fish? You know, I love offshore fishing. I love grass fishing. So it kind of fits in perfect for some of the things that I love to do. So I'm able to take advantage of a few things that are happening. So just remember that when you're out on that body of water, what time of year is it? What's happening? Are there fish spawning? Could their fish be kind of post-spawn as well? Has it been warm for a while? Did a wave come in and go out? They're just little tricks that can make your day better, and you can fish your strengths, and that's something that's really powerful. If you're confident in what you're doing, you're gonna do it better than most people. I've really learned that, especially with, you know, flipping mats. I love flipping mats, and I'm a little bit better at it than most people. Fishing out deep, I love doing it, and it really pushes me and makes me passionate about it. I'm able to excel at it. So take advantage of this time of year's opportunities. A couple key baits or just key approaches. If you're looking for those shallow fish, it's really tough to beat like an EZ Swimmer or a Big EZ. You have to kind of like judge the size of fish that you have, but getting that reaction, they're not always gonna eat it and knock it down. We missed a bunch of bites today, but it gives you an idea of how they're set up. Are they next to the pad? Are they in front of the pad? Are they on arrowheads? Are they on cane? It just tells you where they are and it gives you more information about the situation, and you can catch some giants, dude. When you buzz this over a bed and stop it and start it again, it can get stupid. Other things that are great this time of year, God, look at all this grass we have everywhere. It's tough to beat a drop shot that we used as a search bait, and then we have the classic Ned rig right there just with a 1/4 ounce. Being a little finesse. What's kind of cool too is it does catch fish that are post-spawn too. A lot of times post-spawn fish, you catch them one of two ways, either super duper slow or super duper fast. That's why we got out the crankbait a little bit today. Didn't do any damage, but you can kind of power fish through them. It seems like that reaction for those post-spawn fish is key, or fishing super slow because they're really lethargic. So they either got to be triggered, there's that fun word, triggered, or you have to kind of trick them into biting by fishing super slow, hitting every piece of shell, every piece of rock on the bottom. Try those baits out and try those approaches. Let me know how it goes. I always like hearing your feedback and having you guys kind of tell me your fishing stories, because I'm learning in this process as well. I'm trying to figure out, you know, new techniques, new approaches, and always keep it fresh, dude, because otherwise fishing gets a little bit old. You always want to have something that you're aspiring to learning something, aspiring to kind of like conquering a technique. It's a great way to go out there and keep things interesting and keep you growing and learning as an angler. With that said, we're gonna probably see you in Alabama shortly. I love when you guys watch these videos and support them. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you don't mind, and tell a buddy about mikeybalzz fishing if you enjoy the videos. Guys, it's always fun hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tight lines till next time. Hopefully we're catching some big fish. I got a lot to learn going back to Alabama. If you got any tips for me, throw them down in the comments box. Peace.
Yeah.